welcome to the Toffee Blue Extra Show, your midweek extra source of all things Everton. I'm back this week with Paul, and today, in this segment, we're going to talk about, in conclusion, Everton 1, Cardiff 0. It was a decent game on the weekend. It was scrappy at times, but we did show our quality. We had a lot of possession, and sometimes they were difficult to break down, but the quality shone through from some of our star players, especially the new signings, like Andre Gomez, especially. It was a majestic performance from the midfielder. He really was brilliant. And then the other new signings were really impressed as well. Yeremina came in the defence again, and obviously kept his place in the defence and really impressed us again. Luka Dean was solid. Bernard, maybe not at his best, but it was all right because the others were playing well, so no worries about that. But yeah, it was a win, and we got some momentum now to take into the Liverpool game. So what do you think of the game, Paul?
Yeah, I was there, and it was what it was. It was gritty. They came to just scrap, basically, didn't they? They didn't have any ambition, and I don't think we really expect them to have any ambition. They just came to get whatever they could get their hands on and get out of there. But I'm glad to see that it looked like we didn't run out of ideas at any point. I know Neil Warnock said we were before we got the goal, but I had disagreed with him. I never at any point in the day didn't think we weren't going to score. I thought we handled their approach very well. I think Silva probably knew what they were going to do, what Cardiff were going to use against us, and he prepared the players for that and probably worked on things all week. So it wasn't just a case of, for me anyway, I don't think the players just went out there and thought, oh, this is going to be easy. I thought they were really, looked like they were concentrating a lot, thinking, right, we planned for this all week. We knew this is what we were going to have to face. Let's just carry on what we did in training and the goals will come. So I thought it was quite a good performance. I thought we played some lovely stuff. I mean, it wasn't our best of the season, definitely not. But I thought we were better in this game than we were against the likes of, Southampton in that game a few months ago, and better than we were when we played. Who did we play in the cup? Who we beat? Calvert-Lewin got 2. I know it was a makeshift team, but
I'm not sure. Can't even think.
I know we won 3-1. I remember that. It was a game where Sigurdsson got the first one, and Calvert-Lewin got 2. I can't remember who it was, but it was in the cup, and I felt this win was better than that win in terms of performance, the overall kind of feeling I got from it, and the Southampton win, and maybe even the Fulham win. I know the Fulham win had more goals; it was 3-0, but Fulham game wasn't all easy. That was a really hard grind, and this was a grind, but kind of in a different way. Like this game, we never felt in danger at any point. Or at least I never. I didn't at any point think, "Oh God, these are going to score here," or "Oh my God, we're going to regret missing that chance." I didn't ever see them scoring.
Yeah,
I really didn't. I thought the players looked really, really comfortable, but looked really, really kind of on it as well at the same time. They weren't at the best. It wasn't champagne stuff. It wasn't lovely on the eye. But I don't really think the players looked like they were lacking anything or looked lax in the sense that they kind of switched off at any point. I thought they battled to the end, and it was a good performance. Sometimes you need wins like that, especially when you're going into big games like we are next week. You need to just get the 3 points on the board and keep the momentum up, no matter what way you win. As long as you win, that's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's not always going to be easy on the ice. Sometimes you just got to grind out results, and that's even the case for the bigger sides as well. Like at the top of the league, and we're putting ourselves up there now with it. We got ourselves into the top 6 with that result, so that's it's definitely a massive positive that we've managed to outmuscle United as well, and we've got ourselves into the top 6. But obviously there was little calls on Twitter about I think one television company put a little table saying, "Oh, this is the top 5," and there was a bit of controversy on Twitter about that. But that's a bit ridiculous. But now we've got ourselves in the top 6, and I think we've justified our place, to be fair. So we go into the Liverpool game, and we're gonna have a go. So it's the first derby in a while I've looked forward to. But no, going back to the Cardiff game, I do think sometimes we were dilly-dallying around the box when we could have been taking our chances and being a little bit more direct and having a go. I thought that stood out to me a few times, and we just need to. It's in that final third. We sometimes lack the quality in the final third, so that's something we need to polish off if we're going to beat the big sides because we've got some obviously tough games coming up. But that's definitely something we need to polish off. But defensively, we played quite well. Obviously, Silva went with to drop Zuma. He went with Mina and Keane. Did you think that was the right decision?
Yeah, in the end, I don't suppose you could drop Mina after how well he played against Chelsea, and Keane's playing absolutely brilliantly. So, as well as Zuma's done since he arrived, he's just going to have to wait for his chance now. The way Mina had to wait for his when he was on the bench for a few weeks. So, like I said, I like Keane. Keane's looking the type of player that we thought we were getting last summer. He looks every bit that £25 million leader. I think that's the right word. I know some people don't think he has that type of quality. Don't really think he's that type of player, but I think he is. I saw him, talking a bit at the back and trying to keep Mina from going over the top. Like he looked like he tried to sort of settle Mina down a little bit when Mina was getting a bit overexcited at times. You know what I mean? Getting a bit over enthusiastic when Mina was like charging forwards and getting a bit worked up. Keane kind of settled him back down a bit, and Mina I liked as well. I think he how best to say it. I think he was a bit rash at times. Like I said, he went bombing forward more than once, didn't he? And you're thinking, Christ, we'd have lost the ball on the centre of the pitch there. We'd have been well exposed. You need to rein that in a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can get chances to get forward, but do it when we've got set pieces. Don't just carry the ball from your own half into their final third. You can't be doing that against Liverpool or the other top teams. But yeah, I overall thought defensively we were all right. They didn't have anything to hit us with, did they? They were a box without a punch. They just had that big lad
Patterson
jogging
up top.
Patterson, yeah. They just had that fella just jogging around, and they trying to get his head on anything they could get. Just Pickford. I don't think Pickford only made one save all game, didn't he?
Yeah. It was a decent save as well. To be fair, it was just after he got knocked out nearly as well by I know the physio thought it was something serious at the time, but it was a nasty challenge that from I think it was Kadeem Harris for Cardiff. He just knocked into him and seemed to just completely change the direction of his body in the air, and it looked like a really horrible one. So good thing Pickford was all right after that.
I was down the other end in the Gladders, and I was holding my breath. I thought, oh, that looks nasty, and oh God, please don't let him get injured. That's the last thing we need. Pickford getting injured and Stecklenberg coming in for a while. But yeah, thankfully he was all right. And overall, when your goalie is doing next to nothing the entire game, then you've got to imagine that it's been a good performance and a good day at the office when you've not really had to exert yourself at the back. So yeah, in conclusion, I thought it was a good win. Good's the right word. It was gritty. We had to dig in, but I think we saw some real positive qualities there. We saw we're a team that can be patient. We are a team that can take the golden chance when it comes, because we had other chances that we wasted as well, but that was the big chance. If we'd have missed that, then, oh God, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was an open net, and the build-up play was good. So yeah, good win, another clean sheet, up to 6th, going into the derby with loads of momentum and loads of positivity. And overall, to summarise, I don't see any reason why we can't stay top 6 now.
Yeah.
Honestly, like,
permanently.
Look at the team. Pardon?
Permanently stay top 6.
Yeah, between now and the end of the season, barring like disaster striking, like we get some really terrible injuries to key players, or we just get absolutely screwed over in games, then I don't see why any of the teams below us can overtake us. United are an absolute shambles. Short of them sacking Mourinho, which I don't personally see them doing that until the end of the season. At least I think they'll go with him until the summer. But unless they make a massive change at United, I don't see any teams below us overtaking us. Like, would you pick Bournemouth to get above us anytime soon?
No, none of them. Neither Watford, Bournemouth, definitely.
None of them, and the rest of them don't even bear talking about, really, do they? So, yeah, I think really we should be looking up and we should be focused on trying to overhaul Arsenal in 5th. Honestly, I do. Like, there's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't stay in the top 6 between now and the rest of the season, as long as we just keep all our main players fit.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be brilliant. What a fair season that would be for Marco Silva as well. That'd be quite a fair season. I know maybe not hitting the heights of Roberto Martinez as 4th in his fair season, but no, Marco Silva 6th for the fair season. That would be quality to muscle into the top 6 that's established themselves so firmly over the last couple of years. That would be a quality first year to outmuscle Manchester United, because I don't think just because they're Man United they don't deserve an automatic right in the top 6. So hopefully
they do if you're Richard Scudamore.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, today with that Tory fat cat who's getting the massive payoff. Do you know what he said a few years ago?
A few years ago?
Yeah, no, remember when United were like as bad as they are now, really, when they were 7th under David Moyes, he outright came out and said that it's bad for the Premier League for Man United to not be in the top 4. The top 4 needs United in the Premier League. The Premier League needs United in the top 4. That's just the way it should be. It's like, oh, mate, shut up, mate. Go away. Do you know what I mean? I don't care what they've won in over the last 20 years. No club has a divine right to finish anywhere in the league.
Yeah.
So just clearly a money man. Do you know what I mean? I don't care about supporters. I don't care about the efforts of the player on the pitch. I don't care who the managers are. These clubs are just the massive businesses. These massive businesses deserve all the best prizes. Yeah. So go away. No team has a divine right to finish anywhere. And as you said, I don't see any reason why United should be overhauling us unless they change their manager, which I've said I don't really see them doing. Unless something absolutely dramatic happens and they completely turn it around. They should not be overhauling us. Yeah. Might have good players on paper, but it's not clicking at all. And none of the other teams, as we mentioned, Bournemouth, Watford, Burnley, Leicester, they're not a patch on us. They're not a patch on us, mate. When we get going, we've shown in a few weeks that they're nowhere near as good as we are. Yeah. Those teams.
Everton finish 6th. You're here to hear first. Get a bet on it. Stick a tenner on it. It's on us. There you go. You've got it. There's a tip. So that's our in conclusion, Cardiff. Anyway, that's it. We're going to wrap it up there. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video, comment and subscribe. Just before we leave you also, in case you were screaming it out, that team we beat 3-1 in the cup, just looked it up, it was Rotherham. So there you go, little trivia for you there, just in case you didn't know. But yeah, make sure you like, comment and subscribe to the Toffee Blues. Thanks a lot for watching, and thanks Paul for joining me.